how to start and grow a YouTube channel from 0 subscribers. In this video, we're gonna show you exactly how to do that. We both have started YouTube channels and both have had some great success. So in this video, we're gonna give you some of the best tips, tricks, and tactics you can also use to grow your channel fast. And as we go along, we're gonna go more in depth with some of the best strategies you can use. I'm Jesse with Inspire Video Marketing, and I want to inspire you to inspire others with your video and make a great living while doing it. If that's something you're looking to do, subscribe and click the bell icon to catch the newest videos. So this is my wife, Haiti. So just to give you guys some idea of kind of where our channels are at, my channel is Get Handles Basketball. At the time of filming this, that's at 405,000 subscribers, I think, right now. So definitely have grown a pretty decent sized channel over the years. Took me quite a while. Haiti's built her channel though in about 6 months, and you're at how many subscribers?
4,000 right now, which my goal when we started my channel was to be at 1,000 for right before Christmas. So
crushed it. Crushed it. And what's your view count? Like, I think it's 10,000 watch hours right now to get eligible for that ad revenue on YouTube. How long did it take you to get to that level?
First month.
Yeah, I think it was like the first month we got her there. Really quickly. It goes to show you, like, some people think, well, like even you said, I don't know if I should get on YouTube because there's so many people doing it and I'm not gonna bring anything new to the table. You're always bringing something new to the table. You're bringing you to the table. You're bringing your personality. We're all unique snowflakes, right? So when you put a YouTube video out, you know, maybe someone else has a lesson or a video on the same topic as you, but they don't have your personality. They don't present the way you do. So you got something different to offer. But the main point I wanted to make with this is that you can grow very quickly on YouTube if you're going about things the right way, which, you know, we'll be covering more in this video. Her first video, actually, which isn't common, how many views does that have right now in about 6 months?
Almost 200,000.
200,000 views on her first video. Now, this isn't like us bragging. My point is, anyone can grow if you're handling things the right way, and anyone can grow very quickly. Like, her first video is growing much quicker than any of my first, like, 3 years worth of videos. And part of it isn't just because, like, you know, she had me helping her with the search engine optimization, or, you know, part of it is maybe a little bit luck. All those things are factors, absolutely. But then you also have to consider that just more people are on the internet now. More people are using YouTube. So even if there's more and more people getting on YouTube, there's more and more people watching YouTube. Therefore, there's still a huge opportunity for you to get started. Now, I want to give you some more of her perspective because you've been on YouTube for what, about 6 months now?
Yes, 6 months.
I've been in the YouTube game for about, I don't know, 8-10 years now, basically around when it started. So my growth was kind of a little more gradual. I did have some big increases in subscribers and whatnot, and it helped other channels grow their following. I thought it'd be really helpful for you guys to kind of see her perspective, so you guys can kind of see someone that's maybe along the lines of thinking of what you're thinking and some of the things that she's went through. So first of all, tell us what your channel is.
So in my channel, I teach people how to speak Spanish, but I don't just teach people like lessons that you can find in a book. I teach more real-world vocabulary. So my channel is actually named Real-World Spanish Lessons. So
maybe for some of you guys that are looking to start a channel, you know, maybe you don't know what to get into. How did you go about figuring that out? What did you do to decide what channel it was that you were gonna do?
Well, we had been talking for a while about me starting a YouTube channel, but I was always like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm not really good at anything. I don't really,
she's good at stuff.
I don't really know what I would want to teach people. I felt like I didn't know how to do anything. I felt like if I was going to start teaching, I had to know what I was teaching, and I had to be like a pro at what I was doing. So the idea just came up with like, well, I speak Spanish and it's easy to me to speak Spanish. So that's how I decided that I should start teaching people how to speak Spanish. And a lot of times, like at work or like friends, they'd be like, oh, like you should teach me Spanish. So I'm like, okay, like I can do that, I guess.
So first tip would be figure out something that you know you're comfortable with. Would you say you're like an expert in teaching Spanish, at least when you started the channel?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm from Honduras, Central America. I went to school there till I was in 6th grade, so I feel like that's when you actually start learning like grammar and like proper language, and it can be in the US or in Honduras, in assistance, like that's when you'll actually start to learn grammar and start to learn a lot of different things about the language. So like that's when I actually ended up moving to the US.
So you would say for anyone looking to start a channel, they don't really need to be like the expert on it, right?
No. If you do have questions, you can always look it up on Google.
You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know everything. You just got to know more than somebody, right? Somebody that you can help, and you have to know that you can help someone. And that's if you're going to do a how-to channel. If we wanted to do a vlog channel, which we talked about potentially doing at some point, you don't have to know anything, then. You just got to record your life. So you don't have to be an expert to get started. You don't have to be a pro at video, at YouTube, at editing, any of that stuff. The most important thing is that you get started, probably, right?
Yes.
How long do you think it took you to get started?
I would say a good year, if not longer.
Okay, and what held you back?
Just not knowing what to do or what to teach.
And what was it that put you over the edge to get you kind of started and decided, okay, this is something I'm actually going to try?
I don't know, I just thought I'd give it a try, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Great tip for you guys there. And that's kind of what I did too. Like when I started with YouTube, it's just like, well, I'm just going to put some stuff on YouTube and see what happens, and hopefully it does good. If it doesn't, whatever, I'm still having fun, enjoying the process, enjoying making the videos. It's something different, something, you know, to do on your weekend or your night. Create something rather than consume something, watching TV. I find that, you know, when I first got started, it was fun. What would you say on that side of things? Is it fun or is it hard? Or
it was really stressful for me at the beginning, just because like I'm a perfectionist and I wanted everything to be perfect. The first few videos, I had like a script of what I was going to say, and then things weren't like, I couldn't memorize it because my mind wanted to say something, but like my eyes were reading something else. So it was like really stressful until I felt comfortable saying like, this is Haiti with real world Spanish and blah blah blah. And now I feel like I'm more comfortable. Like it's something you figure out as you go.
Is it getting easier?
It's getting easier, yeah.
How much easier? Like a lot easier?
A lot easier. Like to plan out one lesson, it would take me probably like a whole week, and most of that week was just like me trying to figure out what that lesson should be about. Once I got started on the lesson, like it got easier. Like last week I just ended up filming like 5 lessons all at once.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more on the technical side of things. She doesn't really remember too much anymore because you only really do this once and you might make some tweaks later, but as far as setting up the channel, I really helped her with this because I've had a lot of experience helping other people with their channels and my channel. First of all, you want to kind of figure out what's your channel going to be about. So we talked about that. You know that. From there though, you want to say, okay, well, what are the keywords and the opportunities I can take advantage of in search, and just what's kind of trending, you know, hot? What can I show up in some suggested videos for? So you know you're putting videos up, you know, niche or a certain part of a market that people are going to be interested in and looking at. And then once you got that, you want to put those channel tags into your channel so the YouTube algorithm kind of has an understanding of what your video is about. And then, of course, get your channel name figured out. I tend to try to get a little bit of keyword optimization in there. For yours is Spanish lessons is right in the name. Mine is get handles basketball, so a lot of keywords in there. And then get your banner, you know, made and put up. Maybe if you don't have very much graphic design ability, you can. There's a bunch of apps, right? I think we found an app for you that you made your own with on a mobile app. I don't think it was Canva, maybe. I'm not really sure. There's a whole bunch of apps you can get, and they're either free or like $5. Well worth it. And if you're not good with that, you can always hire someone on a website like Fiverr, and someone can make you a YouTube banner. This is gonna be some gold nuggets right here. I helped her with some of this stuff, you know, getting started with YouTube and whatnot, but what are some of the things that they can use to like speed up the process of making videos, things, you know, hacks to help them grow more? What are some of the things you've discovered to help grow the channel, to make production quicker, to make filming quicker? What are some of the things that you found helped?
Planning out a lot of your videos. So like sit down, maybe in a quiet place. So like for me, like I start thinking, okay, what's my next lesson going to be? And I start typing that up. Once I get started, like it goes so quick. And then for the second one, like I can just be like, okay, like this is probably something I can teach people. So I start typing that up, and I found that if you actually take the time to plan your videos, it's a lot easier once you're filming them, because now you know what you're gonna teach. It's not like going into like in front of the camera and having no idea, like having, okay, like I'm gonna teach people how to say this, but then you don't prepare yourself, so you don't prepare your video, and it's like, okay, like I don't know what I'm gonna say in front of the camera. camera.
Right. And even like if you're doing like vlog type videos and things like that, I've heard a lot of the best vloggers, what they'll do is they want to have some sort of a story in mind. So they kind of have an idea of where they want the video to go, even though they don't know what's going to happen throughout their day. They're going to have some sort of a plan. And I can agree completely. Like for me, like when I plan videos, like I just plan a whole bunch in a row, and I find that saves a lot of time. I can make sure, you know, I'm optimizing them for search, for suggested, all that. And like on top of that, when you plan a bunch of them in a row, then you've got them there waiting. Like doing things in bulk just saves you time later. I'll like literally just like write in my notes. I put them in my phone and my notes app. At a whim, I'll come up with one idea and it'll make me think of another and another and another. And I'll have like 20 video ideas. And then maybe I'll put bullet points for the main things I want to talk about in the video that I think are important. But that's about all I put. I don't like you said, when you started, you kind of scripted everything out. Now you can kind of go off the fly a little bit more and like, okay, I gotta talk about this. This is maybe an example. And that'll save you a lot of time. That perfectionist thing we talked about, what have you learned in regards to that?
You kind of like just have to let go and believe that even if it doesn't turn out perfect, it's going to be good enough. So I think my first video that I filmed, I didn't end up posting it because I didn't like the lighting and there was like shadows behind me, and I was like, no, I'm not going to post this. And it was like a waste of a good 2-3 hours of me filming because I had like 3 different lessons, 3 different videos. Once I saw the videos, I'm like, no, this is not good. So that video I ended up not using. But you kind of have to just believe that your videos are good and someone out there is probably going to like them. Especially
like if you're in the tutorial how-to niche, or if you have a good content. So if the entertainment is good, if it's more vlog style videos or like entertainment style videos, or if the lesson that you're teaching is good, like the video quality, don't get me wrong, try to get it as good as you can. It is important, but the message, the entertainment, that's what really counts. So if anything, your audio is more important than anything. Letting that perfectionism hold you back is a big, I think, mistake a lot of people can make, because then you won't make any videos, or you'll make one every month when you could be getting out one a week and growing much more quickly. It's better to put out at least something pretty good than nothing at all. I mean, you don't want to put, you know, below pretty good level stuff out, but if it's pretty good, put it out there. So take us through some of the more like the technical side of things as far as, you know, like keyword optimization and thumbnails, and then the process you go about for making a video.
First, I plan my lesson, then I film, and sometimes I like to edit right away, because if I made a mistake or there's something I don't like in the video, and it comes down to that perfection. I'm wearing the same outfit, I'm wearing the same makeup, so like if I need to go back into the room and film, I'm ready.
Okay.
I don't think I've had to do that ever. Like if I find a mistake, it's probably like too small to even try to fix anything, but for the most part, I feel like just taking your time when you're filming, that's gonna help you a lot to put good content, to have a good video. In the filming process, is there anything you look out for besides having your bullet points and your script? I mean, is there certain things you want to make sure that you mention or that you do? Yeah, I have a list. Unlike you have bullet points. I like to have everything written out and planned out, and even like my call to actions. I don't have it written down, but I do have like call to action or leave a comment or something like that, so that when I am going over the lesson, I see that there's a call to action there, and then I take the time to say the call to action. For you guys, you might need to figure out what works for you. Me, I just like bullet points and I can just start talking. You know me, I can talk all day. But for her, you know, she likes to have a little bit more planned, so then she knows she's gonna say what she needs to say, it's said right, you know, that saves her time. So whatever's quickest for you, but at the same time, puts out a good video. It would probably be that good balance. So talk to us a little bit about, once you're done filming, a little bit maybe about the editing, and then we'll talk a little more about the upload process. So once I'm done filming, I start editing. I used to do this a lot when I was newer to filming videos. If I made a mistake, I would repeat the whole sentence. That's one thing you learn quickly. So my videos were pretty long, and a lot of the content wasn't even, you know, something that I was going to post. It was more like my mistakes and me repeating 2 or 3 times, because like sometimes when you make a mistake, then you're like trying to like say the sentence again, and then you make that same mistake again, and then you make it again. So my tip is, and what I do now is, if I make a mistake, when I'm filming, I try to breathe and then take my time and then go back into it. And if I make the same mistake, like write on the same word or whatever, then I just say the remainder of the sentence, and then when it comes to video editing, I cut it out there.
Right, yeah, that's one thing I'll do too. Like, if I had a sentence like, I'm gonna say, the dog jumped over the fence, and I keep messing up like the word jumped, I say like, I keep messing that word up. If I can't say it after 2 times, 3 times trying it, I'm just gonna say, okay, I got the dog right, I said that part right, and then I'm just gonna say jumped over the fence, and then in editing, you could put the 2 together, and it'll sound like a good sentence. Jump cuts are such a thing on YouTube that no one's gonna think twice about it, so you don't have to speak incomplete sentences. That's how easy YouTube is.
So when I make those mistakes, I used to spend a lot of time trying to like find what my good sentence was. Like, it was like 3 or 4 times of me repeating that same sentence. And it got old pretty quick. Like, I was like, okay, like I can't continue to do this. It was taking too much time. So what I do is and I still do this sometimes. Usually when I mess up is when I'm just starting filming. So what I'll do is I'll listen to that first chunk right away, start making cuts, and then listen to it again, and whatever I don't like or it doesn't flow good, I'll get rid of that and try to work with what I think sounds better. And then at the end, once I'm done editing the whole video, I'll listen to it again and I'll add, like, for me, I use a lot of text screens, so I'll add the text screens after I've listened to the video or I've seen the video, just because I want to make sure that everything that I'm saying is making sense. For my
flow, what I usually do is I look at the audio waveforms. So when I edit in Final Cut Pro, she does as well. So you can see like the audio waveforms on the timeline as they correspond with the video. And so I'll look for chunks of where there's no audio, and I know automatically, okay, I messed up or I'm going to a different part, one of the 2. If there's a part where I can tell I'm messing up, there's usually audio waveform, nothing, audio waveform, nothing. So I'll just go to the last one, because usually your last take is your best take. And I won't even bother looking at the first 2, 3, 4, however many it is. And that saves me a ton of time in editing.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I mean, I just don't trust it. I want to make sure that my first take wasn't better than my last take. So that's why I want to see the whole chunks. But I mean, the way Jesse does it, it's more time efficient.
Yeah, I think after a while you'll start moving that way. After you've edited enough videos, you'll just be like, yeah, I don't got time for that. Talk to us a little bit about like maybe the thumbnail process.
For the thumbnail, when I first started my channel, we were experimenting a lot. So like one of my thumbnails, I did just like emojis to see if that would work out. That video didn't do as well. Yeah. What we've noticed is that thumbnails that have my picture in it and usually like looking straight to the camera are the ones that tend to do better. Seems like a lot of thumbnails that have blue and white text on it do a little bit better too. Like, even it doesn't necessarily have to be the same kind of blue. I've used different blues and orange. Those tend to be better for my channel. I think, for every channel, experiment, figure out what works better. Figure out what kind of, what's your face doing? Do you have a big expression? Are you looking at the camera? Are you not? Is it an action shot after maybe something a little more active type of a niche, or a vlog niche where maybe there is some action? So I think looking at those things, paying attention to the color, typically simplicity works. But at the end of the day, I've heard a lot of tutorials and seen a lot of the YouTube gurus say, this is probably what you should do for your thumbnails to make them perform best. But at the end of the day, every channel is different, every niche is different. So what I would recommend you do is get a TubeBuddy trial. You can get a free trial of an affiliate link down below for you, where you can get a free trial for that. You have a paid version. I think the paid version you have to have. But you can do a split test. So every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, it'll run one thumbnail, and then it'll go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then loop back to Monday the next week. It would be a different thumbnail, and it'll go back and forth, and it'll show you which is getting a better click-through rate. It's a simple way for you to figure out what thumbnails are working better. But definitely play around from video to video and experiment until you find something that seems to work. Like Haiti found for her, and I found for myself, certain types of things work well. For me, it's action shots. Good action shot, simple, clean, white background. For some reason, it seems to do well for me. So for you, it might be different. Talk to us about the keyword side of things and what you're doing as far as that. What have you found most successful? And the description and the title, all that the whole like data sort of part of things in the text. I've been using TubeBuddy since the beginning of my channel.
That helped?
It has helped a lot, yeah. That's how we identify which keywords were working better for what I'm doing and what I'm teaching. A lot of my tags now are pretty similar to when I started my YouTube channel, just because I feel like those are performing. But sometimes if one of my lessons is going to be completely different, I do go again on TubeBuddy, try to find what the different tags are, and a lot of times they are pretty similar to what I already have.
Yeah, and for her channel, my channel too, I'm like, you're gonna have certain keywords you're probably gonna use over and over and over again, and that's good because that'll help you show up in related videos, suggested videos for your own video. But also, yeah, like there's just certain keywords that are gonna be like part of your niche, and you'll have a good chance of showing up in search and suggested for those other videos as well. But then you also want to make sure there's certain ones that are specific to that video. What would you say as far as how you're using those keywords in the title, description? Is there anything you're paying attention on that side of things?
I don't think people are going to read a description if it has like 500 keywords in there.
Yeah.
What we've noticed that helps if like the first 5 tags or so, if you use them, like try to use them in the title, like for me, learning Spanish, and then something else that's maybe not in the tags or keywords, but learning Spanish is going to like help me rank a little bit more.
Yeah, and we tend to also like try to get something in the first, sentence or two in the description too. There's usually like 1, maybe 2 main like keywords or tags we're going for, but a lot of times too for your channel, I mean, you've just been kind of reusing the same keyword and kind of just variating it slightly. She'll have learning Spanish or learn Spanish or Spanish lessons, which all kind of mean very similar things or slight variations on each other, and then colon, whatever else the video is about. Because, a lot of those types of things don't have as much volume. Like you have like Spanish kitchen utensils or something. Like how many people are really searching for that? But like learning Spanish lessons, basic Spanish, like that's something helpful, but still, searched quite a bit. So the lesson's still going to be helpful for basic Spanish, but we're not going to target kitchen utensils because we probably don't have so many people looking for that. So of all the things that you found that's helped to grow your channel from nothing, that can help them, what's the biggest piece of advice you have for everybody? What's like the #1 thing that you would say to do to make things happen after getting started, which is #1?
The most important piece of advice that I could give you, and it's something that actually Jesse gave me, but I was like, for the longest time, I don't know, it took me like 5 months, and I've been on YouTube for about 6, to actually start doing it, and it's plan your videos ahead of time, and don't just plan one video, because then that's a waste of maybe not a waste of your time, but it is a waste of a filming session, because once you get started talking, the more you talk, the easier it gets. So once you're in front of the camera, maybe for me, like the first lesson, I got done with the first lesson, took me 20 minutes, okay, and I jump into the second lesson, and maybe that's only gonna take me 15 minutes because I'm already like warmed up and I'm already talking on the camera. So I would say try to do at least 3 videos, you get started, and then work your way out from there. Yeah,
I think that's huge, and I've been pushing her to do that for a while, because a lot of times she'd be like, I'd be like, you have your video ready for the week? She's like, no, I don't even have anything planned. And I'm like, you need to plan like multiple videos in a row. Like I call it bulking season. No, but like any of your processes. So like bulking your planning, bulking your filming, bulking your editing, and then bulking your thumbnail process. That'll save you so much time, because #1, multitasking is kind of a myth. Like when you go from doing one thing to another and you're constantly doing that, it takes your mind time to figure out, okay, where was I, where did I leave off, or what do I gotta do here, and getting started again. But if you can do a bunch of the same thing all at the same time, like you don't have to set up your camera multiple times, you don't have to do all these other things, you don't have to get your mind right to film, you don't have to get your mind right for editing, like you could just keep knocking it out and be a little bit more kind of mechanical, or more like a factory of editing, a factory of talking, right? So everything kind of happens quicker. Like me personally, I've got my next 2 years worth of YouTube videos filmed already. She saw me, or heard from me, she was working her 9 to 5 at the time, about always going to the gym every day. But I would go and film about 3 days a week for about 4 hours each time, so about 12 hours a week. And I did that for about 2 months, and I got 2 years worth of YouTube videos, and that's posting 3 videos a week, done. So I'm good for the next 2 years. I can just focus on editing now. So that's like extreme bulking, but I'll tell you what, it feels awesome. Like I don't have to worry about where my next video is coming from. I had them all planned. I bulk planned them. I bulk filmed them. Now I just got to worry about the editing, and it kind of frees up a lot of time so I can start like second YouTube channels like this one. So that's a huge tip for you guys. I know even for you guys, some that are getting started, that might sound intimidating, but like Haiti said, just start with 3. Plan 3 videos, film 3 videos, edit 3 videos, and then release them maybe once a week. And you can kind of, you know, experiment with things from there. So one of the most important things we were talking about to growing your channel and getting more subscribers is search engine optimization, doing your keyword research, all that, right? This video right here covers search engine optimization and suggested videos optimization so you can grow your channel much more quickly. Check that video, it'll help you a ton. If this video helped you, click the like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon to catch the newest videos. And if you have any other advice, if maybe you're on YouTube for a little while now, leave us a comment, share it with everyone else, and let's get the conversation going down below. We'll see you in this video next.